How would you like to run faster? Reduce the amount of injuries you get. Burn fat as a fuel. Come back from a run and not be tired. And how about losing some weight? Do you want to run into your 90s? Well, stay tuned. Let's talk about these things and more. Hey, my name is David Waters. I'm the Plant Powered Runner, and I have been training using the Maffetone method for, I don't know, it's been a long time. It has served me extremely well. I have basically ran over 4,700 kilometers. I've set some personal bests. I've run an ultra marathon, 50 miler, all this in a year. And guys, let me tell you, I feel awesome. I really, really do. So let's dive into today's episode and talk about the misconceptions that people have with this unconventional method. Question of the day. How many years have you been running, and what got you into the sport in the first place? Comment below, I'd really like to know. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I love this method. I really do. But here's the thing, guys. The Maffetone method way of training is not for everybody, right? And there are some people who would like to go out and do HIIT training. They'd like to go out and run with their friends on fast runs. And then they try to mix it in with MAF. And you know, here's the thing. Maffetone method way of training is about base building. It's about building up your aerobic foundation. And you don't necessarily want to mix that in to your base training. You don't necessarily want to add anaerobic training while you are base building. You want to build the base and not put the stress on your body. And if you start mixing the two together, then it could be a little bit of a recipe for disaster where you don't get the full benefits of fat burning and teaching your body to use fat as a fuel, and to be able to call on those stores more readily. I don't know. Anyways, it's one of those words. It just ain't for everybody. The other people it's not for is people who have this ego of no pain, no gain. That's the way I have to train. And they just need to push their body to the point of, you know, the breaking point every single time they go for a run. And these are the people who struggle, who get burned out, who get injured. And when you get injured, then you have to go through the recovery. Then you're not running. Now your aerobic base is going down. All of these things happen. Don't let that happen to you. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. How about this one? You don't always have to run in your MAF zone. You can actually run slower. You can go further down in the scale. Now, some of you are gonna go, man, Dave, I can't go any lower. If I go any lower, I'm gonna be stopped. Yeah, I understand. I get it. Transitioning from the different phases is kind of like Canadian weather in the spring. You just don't know whether you're going to wear shorts or a t-shirt or now a jacket, a pilgrim hat. You like my hat? I love my hat. It's really warm. Or a scarf, because I'm gonna tell you, the weather here changes all the time. And it can get a little cooler and then warmer. And then honestly, guys, I was showing properties to a client of mine and it was like, I don't know, 15 degrees. And then when I finished showing the property, it was like down to 5 degrees. Okay, half an hour later. Like, this is crazy. Welcome to Canada. You're gonna get faster running at the same heart rate. How do you like that? That's a good way to start off, wouldn't you say? I enjoy running slower to get faster, reducing the chances of injury from occurring, not being starving when I finish my run. At the end of the day, guys, We're all recreational runners. Yeah, there's some of us out there that want a PR to get masters records and stuff like that. And that's when you can go ahead and transition out of the base building phase and get into more of the 80-20 type of training. And I talked about that on my previous video last week. I want to tackle the next question, and I want to tackle it head on. Maffetone training can be boring. Think about that. Is it boring? How boring is this? Let's take a look at some of the clips. And you tell me if this is boring. Man, the river is flowing, guys. I gotta show you this. Check this out. This is beautiful. I love spring. And I'll just put it out there. Maffetone doesn't work for everybody. There, I said it. It's out on the table, right? If you are in your 60s, especially if you hit 65, you can add an additional 10 beats on to your training, right? If you are like a teenager or in your early 20s, you may find that MAF doesn't work for you either. You may be running too fast. So the two spectrums, like the two ends of the spectrum, tend to be the gray zone, right? But what I would say is experiment, right? If you're younger, you know, slow it down and then see how you improve. And if you are older, add on the beats and see what happens when you do your MAF test every month and see if you're improving. These are just, it's an experiment of one, guys. It's a tool to measure your fitness, your health, right? Using a heart rate as a matrix, right? So see what happens, mix it up and enjoy the process. This is like a cult. And I don't understand what people mean by they feel like it's a cult. The way I look at it is, I think it's just a smart way of training. Run slow, build your base. After you've built your base for a period of time, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 3, 6, or 12 months, then you transition into a new phase where you start adding in some tempo runs, threshold runs. With your training, you can add in trails, road, crushed gravel. You can change your route from day to day. There are things that you can do that can make it so it's not boring, right? You can also run at different times of the day. Run in the morning, run in the evening, run at night. Change it up, be creative, have fun with it. Base building should be fun, guys. It's nice and slow and relaxed. This is a misconception that I get from a lot of my friends, not even people on Facebook or anywhere on social media or on YouTube, but from my own flesh and blood friends I've been friends with forever. And they're like, Dave, what are you doing running slow all the time? Like, you're not gonna get any faster. If you're gonna run fast, like if you wanna run a fast race, you need to train really fast. I hear that all the time, and it's not true. Guys, you gotta build your base. You have to build a foundation, because without it, all you're doing is you're constantly in this flow of getting injured, burning out, getting injured, burning out, and recovering in between all of that. And trying to get faster using that method really sucks. It just, I don't know, it sucks all my energy out, and I don't have fun at it, right? Running is supposed to be fun. I love running. I really do. It's one of the most joyous things I've ever done. And you know, when you're injured, it really sucks because you can't do what you enjoy. So why not look at things a little different, train a little different, and get some results that can be sustained. Here's a little bit of it. Here's an update for all of you who have been asking, because there's been a lot of you asking where things are going with my running. Okay, so for all of you who are new, who have just kind of discovered my channel over the last little while, a little bit of a recap. I finished my ultramarathon last year. I came back too soon, picked up an injury on my knee. Turned out I had really tight muscles, quads. I wasn't doing enough foam rolling and stretching and things like that after my runs. So I have been working with my physiotherapist, chiropractor, doing a lot of acupuncture as well. And now, after 8 weeks, I have to say I am about 99% better. So I am going to be starting my run walk method to come back. And I've got some big lofty goals I want to achieve. And so don't be me, don't be a Dave, right? Stretch after your runs, make sure you cool down correctly, you foam roll, all those wonderful things I always harp on everyone about, because look, learn from my experience of failing with that. Okay? Now that I am basically cleared to start running again, my goal is to come back nice and slow, right? I'm coming up with my plan. I'm now executing my plan. Now here, if you want to know more about my Maffetone journey and how to get into it and the more benefits from it, I've got a playlist here that I think you could really benefit from. Just click on the card up above. It'll really help you. And if you stick around to the end of the video, you will see the same card there as well, and you can click on that. I think it will help all of you who are, whether you're a seasoned runner, you're coming back from an injury or a burnout, or you're starting for the first time. Look, I do these videos to help you guys. I do it to help myself. So let's all get out and run. See you on Thursday, everyone. Bye for now. See ya.